Time to start. Hello, everyone. This is Symphonic Elk, and I am trying for the second time today to do a live stream about Star Wars collecting. But before we get started with that, I wanted to show y'all my newest acquisition. Yes, business cards. So now when I'm out and about and someone says, "Who are you?" I could say, "Here I am." In the past, I've just given them my actual business card, and that's not nearly as much fun. So maybe you'll see me and you'll get one of these yourself. All right. So for the original Star Wars collecting video, I went over a number of the rarer but more well-known figures that were in my collection. The blue snaggletooth, the vinyl Cape Jawa, and things such as that. This time, going to focus a little bit on foreign carded figures as well as a couple of loose foreign figures. So generally speaking, in America, Kenner Toys out of Cincinnati, Ohio, had the license to do these Star Wars figures. And what they did is licensed out the distribution rights to different companies across the country, or excuse me, across the world. And for the most part, everything was still made in the factories in Macau and in China, in Hong Kong, etc., and then just distributed to the different entities. There are exceptions, one of which was Lily Letty. That is the Mexican distributor of the Star Wars figures and the vintage ones. And that was because there was an import-export law in Mexico in the 70s and the 80s. Frankly, it may exist today, but with NAFTA or whatever's left of NAFTA that exists, I doubt it. That just made it more, I should say, less cost prohibitive to have the stuff actually manufactured in Mexico. So yeah, let's get started. So the first figure that I'm going to show, and if you've already seen part of it, when I tried to do about an hour ago, this is the Lily Letty removable hooded Jawa. Like the vinyl Cape Jawa, super rare. You can see this one's graded. It's graded a 75, which is excellent plus / near mint. This figure usually is about, I haven't checked the price in a while. I would say somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 to get in good condition. And so you can see right here is the removable hood. Okay. Moving on to this figure. This is Ninoob. It is a Toll Toys figure. Toll Toys was the distributor from Australia. This is a U85. It's near mint plus. This is bagged. It came in a mailer, sort of like many of the figures that came out in the United States. This is no different. If you can actually find a carded Toll Toys toy with the Toll Toys icon on it, or logo instead of the Kenner logo, it's worth a lot of money. As this stands, this is like maybe $100 figure, a little bit more. I'm honestly not 100% sure. It's been a long time since I looked at the prices of these, but yeah, pretty cool. Now on to the carded figures. Okay. So first, we have Palitoy. Palitoy was the company that got the license, and this is the one in the United Kingdoms in the UK. So as you can see, there's the Palitoy logo right here. This is Forlom. Most of the stuff on the back is fairly similar, but you do have a different special offer language down here. So here you would send it into the the Palatoy Company, which was in Colville, Leicester. So yeah, this is a 50, very good AFA graded. So not the greatest grade in the world, but that's okay. So next we have this Klaatu figure. So if you look on the front, it actually looks quite similar to any of the other ones. But on the back, you'll see it has Japanese or kanji writing. So this, there were 3 companies that in Japan did released Star Wars figures. The one for the first Star Wars movie was Takara, that you would be familiar with from like the Transformers line. I'm drawing a blank now on the Empire Strikes Back one, but this is Tsukuba. And so really all it is a Kenner card with a sticker put on the back with the kanji writing. The next card I have is, this is a Rebel Commando. As you can see right here, this is a little bit different. This is a Clipper. Clipper was Belgium. So these are the figures that came out in Belgium. So you'll see still fairly similar to the English cards. It does have a sticker over the back with, I guess it was Danish. It's in Danish. So that's pretty interesting. These figures really hard to get. I would guess this figure is probably somewhere in the $500 to $800 range. The Tsukuba one I showed you is about $100, and the Palatoys are a $300 or $400 figure. So the next figure I'm going to show is a Meccano figure. I'm going to show 2 of these. So this is the Meccano, so it's in France. This is the figure that came out and with the original Star Wars line. It's a Jawa. And you can tell it's quite different in size. It's got French on the front and the back as a language. So Meccano, the small carded figures are worth a ton of money, with the somewhat exception of the Jawa figure. This figure is still worth several $100s, but for whatever reason, when all of this Meccano crashed and everything, and all of the facilities closed, someone found a large number of the carded Jawa figures. So this is much less expensive than a light carded Meccano figure from, say, like a Luke Skywalker or whatever. Okay. All right. So the next one I have for you is Chewbacca, El Retorno del Jedi. This is PBP or Poke. This was made in Spain, Spanish. As you can see, it also is Spanish down here. Up here in this area is much like any of the other Star Wars figures. And then there's also some Spanish there. So this is, like I said, PBP, made in Spain. These figures are quite expensive. This one can go up for, again, I would say like $1,100, $1,200, something in that range. So they're hard to find, and they can be expensive. All right. So next we have a Stormtrooper. This is a Takara Stormtrooper from Japan. As you can tell, the card, it looks like the original, like a 12-back Kenner card, front and back. What they did for Takara was they put stickers right here. Unfortunately, this sticker is a little damaged and a little dirty, but you can see the Takara logo is right there. These ones, if you can find a nice one, definitely in the you know, $750 to $1,500 range. This one is more like probably 300 or 400, given how the poor condition that it's in. It's also been resealed. Next, we have a Top Toys. Top Toys. This is I can't remember what the chief's name is for the Ewoks. Top Toys was from Argentina. They were definitely of lesser quality. I mean, as you can see, the back and the front of this just does not have the same quality build that you would see. The same thing with the figure. So there were toys produced, Top Toys in Argentina and Glasslight in Brazil that produced some of these toys, and they were known to have quality issues, but they are amazingly hard to find. They're super rare. This is probably one of the least expensive Top Toys carded figures, and it's a $500 one. So they have some value to them. Okay. Here we have a Harbert Darth Vader, or as it says here, Lord Darth Finner. This is a Harbert card. Harbert was the company in Italy that made the Star Wars figures. It is in Italian on the back and on the front. It is quite a cool piece. I like it because it's got Darth Vader. Most of the foreign card ones I have are sometimes with the lesser characters because it was just how I ended up getting them. Otherwise, they were going to cost several $1,000s. So it's nice to have this one. It's got some creasing and other things, which is why I got it for under $1,000. But this card can go for a good bit. All right, the last two figures I have are, I have the card and the figure, but they're in a case to make it designed to kind of look like it is sealed, but they're obviously not. So the first one I have here is a Rebel Commando. This is a Meccano card. The original run of Meccano, like I said, were the smaller cards, but by Return of the Jedi, they expanded to the larger cards, and they changed from Spain manufacturing to manufacturing in Macau. And you can see there's some French here and here. All right, and the last one I have is. This is a Lily Letty Emperor's Royal Guard. You can see the Lily Letty sign here. This is from Return of the Jedi. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. A lot of the figures, are the same, but this actual one is different. The hood head part, the mask has more of a shiny finish and less of a matte finish. The back is quite different, as you can see. So yeah, that is it. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Well, listening, watching, and spend a little bit of your day with me. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.